Hello dear students, Module 6, Grammar. This time we are going to repeat some rules about past simple and time expressions and everything, and present perfect. And in the end we are going to do some practice with both of them, past simple versus present perfect. Now let's repeat. Past simple. As you all know, the regular verb takes an ed suffix or only d when the verb ends in e, and an irregular verb changes the base form. Here you can see some mixed verbs, regular and irregular. So affirmative is I bought, you decided, he worked, we left. Now, negative, we use the auxiliary did in order to build the past simple negative. So, I didn't buy. You didn't decide. He didn't work. And we didn't leave. And here you can see the infinitive of bought. Buy, bought. So, when we build the negative and interrogative form, we have to use the verb do as an auxiliary, but it has to be in the past simple, like here, did, and in this case we put the negation not, and it becomes didn't. While in the interrogative form we just put the did, and did I buy, did you decide, did she work, did you leave? Some examples of regular and irregular verbs in the past simple. So I repeat again the rule of regular verbs which take the ed suffix or only d, and irregular verbs which change their base form, like here. Time expressions used with the past simple, which we have already done once or twice. So again, yesterday, ago, or a year, or a century, and last week or month or year. Usage. Past simple is used to talk about an action which happened at a stated time in the past. Like here, 2 weeks ago is the stated time. So, whenever you see a time expression like this, you can immediately be sure that this sentence is in the past simple. So, I bought a book 2 weeks ago. When did you buy the book? 2 weeks ago. And we use the past simple to talk about an action that started and finished in the past. So an action that started, but it has also finished in the past. Like here, Sue had the flu for 2 weeks, so she hasn't got the flu anymore. The 2 weeks have passed. Present perfect. Let's see the structure. So we have to use the verb have as an auxiliary and the past participle form of the main verb. So when it is a regular verb, you just add the ed suffix or d, and when it is an irregular verb, you have to change its form. Example, irregular verb. I have left. Have auxiliary, and the main verb is left in the past participle. You have seen, she has heard, we have had. Negative. Now you can see the negative form, the long form and short form. I have not left or I haven't left. You haven't seen, she hasn't heard, they haven't had. Interrogative. Have I left? Have you seen? Has he heard? And have you had? A short list of irregular verbs. These are only some of irregular verbs, but the rest of them you can see in your books or you can search on the internet as well. And it is good if you learn more and more, as much as you can every day, of these irregular verbs. Present perfect usage. So we use the present perfect to talk about an action which happened at an unstated time. Unstated time in the past. David has bought a lot of CDs. So here we don't have an expression of time. So when we ask when, then we don't know. The time is not stated. We only know that he has bought a lot of CDs sometime in the past. Next, we use the present perfect to talk about an action which started in the past and is still continuing in the present. This means that we can see its results. Example, Lisa has had a cold for 3 days, so she has still got the cold. She didn't recover. So this is the continuation from the past to the present. Time expressions used with present perfect. Okay, since, already, for, just, yet, ever, never. Since. I have had this phone since 2019. Already. She has already broken her MP3 player. For. Lisa has had a cold for 3 days. Just. Martha has just won an iPad. Yet. John hasn't left yet. Ever. Have you ever thought about creating your own website? And never. Liam has never loved video games. As you can probably remember, this is only some practice and to remember the last lesson, which was about past simple and present perfect. And now we are going to exercise 2 of them versus one each other. Some examples. Let's see. Here we have the stated time, last night. So this sentence is in the past simple. Lisa won a new laptop on the quiz show last night. Here. Yeah, I've just heard. Isn't she lucky? Did you see my profile picture on Facebook? Yes, I was on Facebook last night. It's a cool photo. I have had this laptop for years. I need to get a new one. You can get cheap ones now. My brother bought a new one last month. Tony hasn't visited us for ages. Is he all right? And that's all, my dear students. Thank you for listening.